The white glove guys at ASI Hastings Heating, Air and Solar.
We got a little bit of fog moving in, it looks like.
Yeah,
pretty big fog bank actually.
Good, yeah, and a good sea breeze tonight. Yeah, so we've got some wind for the mountains to talk about in the fog that you were talking about, some drizzle as well. So for tonight, the fog's coming on back, and it looks like it'll be a rather cool night with the sea breeze in place. We've had some good gusts, closer to 20 miles per hour across some of the higher elevations. Here's what it looks like live right now over La Jolla. You can see nice and hazy off along the coast. Next shot as we go over to Poway, a lot of the clouds have moved over across the valleys. A lot of those high, thin clouds, and you can see they're starting to really move on through. Here's what it looks like from downtown as the wind starts to pick up. Sometimes that flag really kicks up, so at times we've had some good gusts. 62 is the temperature right now at Lindbergh, 67% relative humidity, and west-northwest winds at 9 miles per hour. So we've got the dew point at 51. Once that gets closer to the temperature, you'll see the humidity come closer to 100%. And that's when we've got the fog in place. All right, at this hour, lots of 50s and a couple of 60s right along the coast. Take a look at the higher elevations into the 50s as well. We're still sitting across the 70s for the deserts. Ramona over to Campo, even Alpine today had some gusts at 23 miles per hour. And early this morning, the wind chills, even though the temperatures dropped down to the 40s, the wind chills made it feel more like the 30s early this morning. So some of the higher elevations and across the east counties where we had that. Here's the storm track. We talked about this yesterday. That river, the atmospheric river, the jet stream pointed directly at Northern California. That's where the stormy conditions stay. Those storms continue to spin right across the Gulf of Alaska. They're tapping into some moisture, dripping or moving right across the Pacific, and that's headed our direction. But I'd like to see some of the rain. It looks like it's going to stay north of us. What also is happening for us is we have an area of high pressure down to the south. We showed this to you yesterday. It was a little farther north. Today it's moving down south, and because of that, the flow around that is a clockwise rotation. We're actually getting more of a zonal flow, which means it's coming directly at us due west and northwest. So that wind will stay with us tonight through tomorrow morning. It looks like at times some of the gusts, especially for the mountains, will be closer to 45 miles per hour. Meantime, with that solid west wind coming in, we'll have some fog tomorrow morning. We've got a good solid sea breeze through Monday afternoon. We've got the fog in place and drizzle in spots for the morning commute. So tomorrow morning, you'll see some places, especially closer to the coast, where we'll get some drizzle. Wind advisory for the mountains and deserts. Notice 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusts to 45, and this is through 12 p.m. on Monday. Here's the futurecast. We'll continue with the marine layer, and notice that marine bank, the marine layer is well west of the mountains tomorrow morning. That's when we've got a lot of the drizzle. Look how it stays around with us. That's 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when we're finally starting to get a little bit of breaks and a little more sunshine, but then it blows back on in. So a rather gloomy day for most of the day. Your overnight lows coming down into the 40s and 50s, the higher elevations into the upper 30s. Highs tomorrow coming back up into the low to mid 60s with the cloud cover in place. So we'll stay with the cloud cover and the breeze. Yeah, we'll get a couple of hours of sunshine for us, but overall, it looks like we'll stay rather cool. Your 7-day forecast. Notice what happens here on Monday and Tuesday. We've got a little bit of changes here, but Wednesday, an area of high pressure starts to build on in. The offshore comes through. We jump back up into the 70s on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And look at Valentine's Day, 73 along the coast. Your inland numbers, yeah, they're starting to warm back up, and we're closer to 80 on Valentine's Day. We'll stay with those mid and upper 60s or 70s rather on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Preston and Riel, looks like Friday looks fantastic for Valentine's Day, and then next weekend the sea breeze and the fog come back.
All right, Craig, thank you.